Are any of us really surprised? Like, honestly, we went into San Francisco and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost 27-14 in a game that probably should have been closer than the score actually showed. But there was a lot of mistakes and errors that were done by the team that essentially led to our downfall. However, before I get into my reaction, if you are new here, I am Rami B. Make sure you click the subscribe button down below. I post weekly Buccaneer reaction videos. So let's get into my reaction. The Buccaneers lost the game 27-14 to the San Francisco 49ers. A game where they were pretty much in it, much closer than last year's game where we lost, I think, 35-7, if I remember correctly. We had 287 total yards of offense with 221 passing, 66 rushing, and the 49ers had 420 total yards of offense, 305 passing, and 115 rushing. And I'm starting to notice kind of a trend. It feels like every game, whether we win or lose, we are under 300 yards of total offense. I think there's only a couple of times we've exceeded 300, but the games we are winning we're winning against teams that don't have really good offenses, so we're able to hold them to less offense, and then we don't need as much offense. At least that's what it feels like. But Baker Mayfield did not have his best game. 29 of 45 for 246 yards, a touchdown, a pick, and a fumble. A fumble in the first half when we were driving and potentially could have at least gotten away with 3 points, and then a pick obviously at the end of the game when we could have gotten in within 1 score. So really ill-timed turnovers that really hurt the team. Run game, again, non-existent. Rachaad White, 9 carries for 30 yards, 3.3 yards per carry, but he did have a touchdown. And then Chase Edmonds, 4 for 8 with 2 yards per carry. Again, we're still in the lowest, I think the lowest yards per carry since like 2015 or something like that. Again, horrible run game completely. Receiving end, K. Dotton 4 for 49, Evans 5 for 43 and a touchdown, Raheem Jarrett 1 for 41, and then Godwin 6 for 39. Nobody else had over 30 yards. Again, a low quality game in terms of passing. The offense, definitely there's some issues that I've noticed. The last 2 times we got into the red zone at the end of the game, the one that ended up going for not converting on 4th down, we needed 3 or 4 yards and had 3 downs to do it, but we kept aiming for the end zone and then obviously had a turnover on downs. And then the next drive where we got the ball inside the red zone after the Devin Tompkins punt return, again, we needed 10 yards to get inside the 5 and a first down. We threw a pass to Otten that he should have caught. For some reason he didn't. He needs to wear gloves, whatever the case is. And then the second one ended up being hit a helmet of a defender and then ended up being picked. I don't understand why we are not trying to make it a shorter field. Like, we needed 4 yards and 3 downs. Get the first down, now you have first down inside the 7, I think it was. And the second time, if you got at least closer to the end zone, I think we were at the 15-yard line, something like that, you could have worked your way a little closer. That's like issues that I have where when the offense starts getting going, we end up being more conservative than we need to, and then it's just bad play calling overall. Defensively, Brock Purdy 21 of 25 for 333 yards and 3 touchdowns, playing how he always has played in his career very well. McCaffrey 21 for 78 yards, and then Mitchell 4 for 24 yards in the run game. Overall, I think we did as best as we could against their run game. On the receiving end, Brandon Ayuk 5 for 156 and a touchdown. Dean got destroyed, and it's starting to think like we have the most fragile corners in the NFL. Dean, it feels like every time he gets beat for a deep ball, he gets hurt and has to miss at least a series or 2 or a game. That touchdown that he gave up, that long one, which apparently is the longest touchdown of the season in the entire NFL, I don't know what he was doing when he turned and jumped, but you know, these corners that we have are always getting hurt and they can never stay healthy. Kittle 8 for 89 and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel 3 for 63. McCaffrey 5 for 25. Nobody else, I think, had a completion. They dominated us with just those 4 players getting balls, which shows you how bad our defensive planning was in terms of stopping their pass game. Defensively, Levante David had a sack. He passed Rondé Barber for the second most tackles in franchise history. However, he did get hurt with a groin injury, so he's out for the foreseeable future, I'm assuming. Yaya Diaby 2 sacks. Again, he needs to play more, especially since JTS is completely non-existent. And then Vita Vea 1 sack. So again, the defense, I think, held their own, holding them to 27. They did give up a couple long drives, which really hurt, but in the end, when we needed to get the offense the ball back, we did stop them 2 or 3 times. However, the offense could not cash in. This is going to be short today, sorry, but the Saints and Falcons are on a bye week. Panthers lost. The Saints are still in first place in the division at 5-5. Falcons and Bucks are tied for second at 4-6, but we're technically third because they have the tiebreaker. And then the Panthers 1-9. We had a chance to be first in the division. Had we won, we would have been 5-5 and had the tiebreaker over the Saints and been first in the division, but we're currently at third. And the next week we play the Colts, I think, in Indianapolis, who are 5-5 and are going to be a very tough out. They've played very well, even though Anthony Richardson's been hurt, and I don't know if that's a gimme game. I think Again, we're going to have to play like we did against the Titans. Extremely solid and disciplined defense. Hold them to very minimal points, under 10, and then hope the offense can at least score 2 touchdowns. But again, this game, it's not, I expected us to get beaten at least by 2 or 3 scores. So not too bad. We lost by 13. And again, we had more chances to make it closer. But as always, throughout the season, our red zone offense has continued to struggle. But yeah, anyways, Bucs Nation, thank you for tuning in. Please comment down below. What do you think we need to do to get the red zone offense more effective? Because it seems like once we get into the red zone, we go out of whatever we were doing to get there, and then we start playing really stupid football. But yeah, comment down below what you think. And as always, I am out.
Let's go! You a Buccaneer fan? Let me know. Let me know. We about to win this thing at home. Let's go! Buccaneers.